Hello everyone, welcome back. In this session, we are going to discuss about types of artificial intelligence and the applications of artificial intelligence. In our last session, we have seen about what is artificial intelligence and the history of the artificial intelligence. So what is an artificial intelligent agent? So we will also call it as intelligent agent. So it is the main component in the artificial intelligence, the working component in the artificial intelligence. That is, we will assign some task to a computer to do some task. So that task we will assign to the agent. An agent will be deployed in the environment. So by doing some particular task, so perceives the information, and based on the perception, it will think about the whatever the data it was collected. It will think about the data and it will come to a decision, and based on the decision it will take an action. Here we can see in the block diagram we can see what is the simple working of an AI agent. So an environment will be there. In that environment, so this agent will be deployed. Upon deployment, so this agent will get the information which is happening in the environment. That is whatever the state of the environment. So for example, I want to make an room automized AC of the room. That means, so whenever the temperature in the room will exceeds 45, that is the temperature of the room is greater than 45, then automatically the AC should be on. So for this problem, we will deploy an agent. So that agent will do so whatever in the environment, it will collect the temperature at each and every corner, and whenever it at any part of the room, if the temperature is greater than 45, then it will switch on the AC. So it will that observation. So whatever the environment where that temperature is greater than 45, so by reading the data, that data is called as perception. So that means it will have some sensors. By using sensors, the agent, so upon deployment into the environment, it will start sensing the state of the environment. That is, so what is happening in this environment. So in this environment is the temperature is greater than 45. It will constantly getting the information of the present temperature to the agent by using the sensors, and also by using the data whatever it receives or it is perceives. So it will think on that data and it will come to a decision whether the temperature in the room is greater than 45 or not. So based on that decision, if the temperature in the room is greater than 45, then it will act. So it will do some action. So because of that action, the AC will be switched on. So this is the basic small working of the agent. So an agent can be a human agent, robotic agent, and software agent. For a human agent, there the sensors, we will call it, the sensors of the human agent will be eyes, nose, so skin. So these are the sensors of the human agent, and the effectors are the action should be performed. So that action will be performed by the effectors and the actuators. So here for a human agent, the hands, legs, these will be the effectors, and the robotic agent. Second one is the robotic agent. So in this robotic agent, the sensors will be some high quality sensors, and thermal sensing sensors, and it is also having wheels, something as effectors, so that it can move from one place to another place. Similarly, a human agent will move from one place to another place by using his legs, and also he will hold some objects using his hands. So similarly, this robotic agent will be having the wheels for movement purpose, and it is also having the prosthetic hands to lift some whatever the object. So whatever based on the whatever the task we are giving to the particular robot, it will act upon that task. And the software agent, it is used So in this software agent, we will be having some software related components, simple coding to simulate the, so whatever the environment it is there, so this environment will be simulated, and similarly whatever the characteristics of a particular agent, it will be also simulated in the software agent. So what are the goals of the agent? So the goals of the agent are, it should have high performance. That means, so we don't need any low performance agent. That means, so for if we are using the agent in the nuclear reactor, so whatever the core element present in the nuclear reactor, so that core element should maintain some temperature. So if we are using low performance agent there, means it will end up in an so huge disasters. That's why we always want high performance agents. And whatever the agent that is taking some action or some thinking is going on, so based on it, it will come to a decision. So whatever the decision we are taking, so based on the decision we will act. So I have to my decision have to be so very much correct, so that I can take a correct action. So this rational action is nothing but it is a correct right action and optimized result. So by performing a right action, so always my the result which I want to get, so whatever the solution for the problem, it should be optimal. That means I need to get the best result. Coming to different types of agents, we are having 5 types of agents. First one is a simple reflex agent, model based reflex agent, goal based agent, utility based agent, and a learning agent. So coming to simple reflex agent, so as the name suggests, it is a reflex. Reflex means immediate. So whatever this agent, where it can be deployed, so based on the current perception data, it will always act upon the current perception data. That is, so whatever the action, whatever the sensed data is there, so based on that sensed data, so I will take the action. So example for this one is the automatic AC room. So in this one, this can be implemented using simple reflex agent. So whatever, so here we can see some block diagram. So this block diagram we can see. So here some environment is there. So as per our example, so this environment is a room, and we have to give an automized AC. That means if in this environment, if the temperature is greater than 45, then the AC should be on. So this one is the agent. So this agent will be deployed in this environment, and in this environment, this agent will be roaming from in the environment, and it will perceive the information using sensors. So it will use the sensors to get the information, and it will come to a decision. So what is happening in this environment? So it can be answered with this question, that is what the world is like now. So this is the phase where we are thinking based on the current perception data. We are thinking what is the state of the environment. Is the particular room is having temperature greater than 45. So by using the decision, so we have to take an action. So while to take an action, it needs some condition action rules. So these are condition action rules. These are nothing but simple if else rules. So these are nothing but simple if else rules. That is, if temperature is greater than 45, then so I will switch on AC. So switch on AC. So the condition action rules will be like this, simple. If this condition reaches, then I have to do this one. The action is here, so switch on the AC. So these actions will be performed using the actuators. So based on the whatever the current perception data, so this sensor will get the current perception data, and based on the current perception data, so we will think and we will make a decision, and based on the decision and also using some condition action rules, we will take an action. So that action will be performed in the environment. So these are the simple reflex agent, and this simple reflex agent will be successful in the fully observable environment. That means each and every state present in the environment, we should have a good knowledge about that environment. So in that situation, that environment will be called as fully observable environment. Next agent is the model based agent. We will call model based agent as a knowledge based agent. That means, so the knowledge will be coming from the history. So we will, in this agent will calculate the current perception data, and also based on the previous history of the perception data. So by considering both current and history, we will take a decision. So this agent is the same as like the simple reflex. The only change here is we are using history also here. So this is the block diagram for the deployed in this environment, and this agent will always perceives the current data using the sensors, and it will save that data in this state. So upon saving the current state, so it will check in the memory. So these two will come under the history. That is the perception history. So based on the history, so in some situations, maybe this situation already happened, and at that time I have taken some decision. So we will check into our memory, and we will see whatever is this situation have came in earlier, and for that situation what the action I have done. So for that action, so what are the changes it was we have observed in the environment. So those all things will be saved in the memory, and this one we will call it as a perception history. And based on the current perception data and also perception history, we will take a decision. And whatever the decision we have taken, so this decision and this agent also will be having condition action rules, and these condition action rules, so based on the decision we have taken and the condition action rules, we will take an action. So that action will be done using actuators in the environment. So this is the model based reflex agent. So in this model based reflex agent, after completion of the action, we will update the whatever the decision we have came across, and the based on the decision whatever the action we have taken. So both will be stored in the memory, and we will update that in the agent. So we will update that whatever the decision and the action in the agent. So next agents are the goal based agents. So up to now we have seen about simple reflex agent and model based reflex agent. So these agents will be taking actions based on the perception data and the history of the data. But whatever the decision or whatever the actions I am taking, so by performing those actions, how I am going towards the goal or not, I don't know about that situation. So these goal based agents will be concentrating mainly on the whatever the actions I am going to take. So after performing that action, am I getting nearer to the goal node or not? So this is the main working of this goal based agent. So it is an extension of the model based agent, that is whatever the working of the model based agent, they will be applied here also. Here there will be a desirable situation, we will call it as a goal. So these goals, so whatever the action I have taken, so based on that action, so I am going towards the goal or not. So I will consider that actions only, and I can have based on the decision I can take more than one action. So in that action I will calculate by performing this action, so where I am going. I am going nearer to goal node or not farther from the goal node. So I will concentrate on that one. So here it was same as the model based agent. So this agent will be deployed in the environment. So in the environment, whatever the changes there are, so those changes will be observed or perceived using the sensors, and it will save in the state. So and using current perception data and also history, so we will get an decision. So based on that decision, I have to do some action. So for in the list of some actions, so I am having some action means, so I by using this goal function, so I will check. So by performing what action, I can go nearer to the goal node. So I will select that action only, and I will perform that action using the actuators. So in the environment. So after doing that action, so I will go nearer to the goal node. So whatever the goal may be, my goal can be, so for example, I have to go from Narsapur to Hyderabad. So for that one, I can have 3 routes are there. So from that 3 routes, I can select anything. So here A is Narsapur, so and B is Hyderabad, and we are having so 3 different routes. So in this route one, so my decision is to I have to move from Narsapur to Hyderabad. So for this one, I am having 3 types of action. So one action I can get there in the 1 hour, and by using one action I can get there in the 1.5 hour, and by using another action I can go in the 2 hours. So in this one, I will select an action. So by going through this path, so I can go to Hyderabad in 1 hour. So I will take that path only, because I can go to my destination within the with the minimum time. So also for that one, I am taking this action. So this is the goal based agent. So next agent is the utility based agent. This utility based agent is similar to the goal based agent. Here in this agent, this agent will do actions based on how happy that particular agent is. That is in whatever the example we have taken in our last example, I have to go from so A to B, that is A is Narsapur and B is Hyderabad. So for one route it will take 1 hour, so another route will take 1.5 hour, and another route will take 2 hours. So based on this one, so first this agent will try to, so whatever the goal, I have to go nearer to the goal node, and also I should be, so my state should be happy state. That is by taking this route, the agent or whatever the user should be happy. Maybe whatever the route earlier we have taken, in this route in the middle, if there is a traffic jam is there, so some accident has happened and there is some traffic jam is there. So by taking decision here, so I will go to from A to B, the traveling time will be 1 hour. So this in this route some accident may happen, so this cannot be known to earlier itself. So by taking this route after traveling some time, so we will see the traffic. So by seeing the traffic, so we have to take a decision. So whenever we are in a traffic situation, the user will be unhappy. That is the agent state was unhappy. So in this state we have to take a decision, so that the agent state will be changing from unhappy to the happy. So this agent always working on happy to make the users and the agent happy. So for the calculation of a happiness of the agent, so happiness percentage of the agent, we will be having a utility function. So using this function, we will get whether by doing this action, so the agent will be happy or not. This agent will be very useful if we are having multiple paths. So this is the block diagram for the utility based agent. So this agent will be deployed in the environment, and in this environment, so whatever the changes that is happening, it will be observed or perceived by the sensors that are present in the agent, and it will state the so whatever the data, so whatever the state that is happening in the environment, it will be saved in the state. So it will also consider the history and the current perception data. So based on this data, so I will take a decision. So before taking a decision, we have to see, so what is the action I have to do. So by doing that action, so and by using this utility function, so if I do, some action. So thus by doing this action, by using this utility function, so we will calculate the happiness. So how happy I will be in such a state. So if I taken this action and I have moved from one state to another state, so in that state, does the agent is happy or not? We will get that result using the utility function. So based on the, so whatever the action I am performing, so that action should be result in the very happy state of the agent. So by using that one, we will do actions in the environment using the actuators. So this is the utility based agent. The last agent present in the artificial intelligence is the learning agent. This is the only agent which will be deployed with the minimum knowledge. That is, while deploying this learning agent will be having the whatever the intelligence or whatever the information, it was very minimum. So upon doing some action, it will learn from the experiences and it will store it in the memory. So by having more experience, so this agent will be having more data and also it will be having more situations. So by doing this action, what will happen? By doing this action, what will happen? So if we are having some set of actions, so these actions will be performed at least once so that the result can be noted. So whenever same situation comes in the future also, it will take the most, so whatever the optimal action is there, so that action will be performed. So this learning agent is having the 4 components. So those are learning element, critic, performance element and problem generator. So here we can see the block diagram of the learning agent. So for this learning agent, this agent will be deployed in the environment, and in this environment whatever the changes that is happening, so it will be perceived using the sensors. So this, by using this sensor, we will perceive some data. So those data will be shared to the critic and also it will be shared to the performance element. So this performance element is the element which will do the actions in this agent. So before doing action, so it will get some feedback from or some changes from the learning element. So this learning element will have the it will learn the situations and the actions we are performing. So it will get the knowledge from whatever the situation it is there. So this learning agent, so it will take some feedback from the critic. That means whatever the data, sensor data is there, those data is it will be shared with the critic. So this critic, what he will do is, so based on the whatever the memory he is having, so based on in this memory, so this situation already happened. Then so at that time, so we have performed these actions, some X action, Y action. So by doing X action, we are having the performance as 80%. For by doing the B action, we are getting 85% of performance. So based on this, so it will tell the learning element so that don't take the X. So don't take the X action because it is having low performance than the Y. If you are taking any actions based on the memory, so or whatever the history, so you have to take Y action. So and also it will check the, so whatever the actions that are performed, so it will check with the performance standard. If the performance of the particular actions are below the performance standard, so then so this critic will give suggestions to the learning element to have some other actions, some new actions, so that it will get some information or what the action, by doing that action, what is the performance. So by using the critic, so learning element will be getting a lot of feedback. So this based on that feedback, so it will change some, it will do some changes to the performance element. So performance element will do the action what it is getting from the both learning element and also from the problem generator. So this problem generator, it is the component in which it will try experiments by doing the new actions. So based on the learning element, whenever learning element, if it says what are the goals of the particular, I have to do some already we are having X and Y actions, so we need to have some more performance, at least we should be having 90, then it will tell the problem generator to explore more actions so that our performance will be getting higher. So based on the whatever the learning goals we have achieved from the we have received from the learning element, this problem generator will suggest some actions to the performance element. So this performance element, it will take some feedback from the learning element and the problem generator, and using the effectors it will do some actions. So by doing one action, so whatever the result it is getting, it will be calculated the performance and it will be stored in the learning element. So by using this here this knowledge, so this knowledge is nothing but whatever the action we have taken and what is the performance of that action. So those will be saved in the learning element. So this is the learning agent. So our next topic is the applications of artificial intelligence. In today's world, we are using artificial intelligence in many fields. So some of the fields are artificial intelligence in astronomy. So this artificial intelligence is used in astronomy to get some complex universal problems, that is how the universe origin and what is the working of the universe, those questions will be answered so using some artificial intelligence programs. And we are using artificial intelligence in the healthcare. So whatever the disease diagnosis is going on, so we are using artificial intelligence. So by doing some diagnosis, so doctor have to be available, so we will replacing doctor, so that doctor will be having some important issues to handle. So we are using the artificial intelligence to diagnose the whatever the illnesses or whatever the diseases we are having. Example is the medical image scan analysis. So in this one, for example, any patient is having brain tumor, so he will get an MRI. So after MRI, so the particular patient have to go to the doctor. So doctor will be having main priority issues also for him. So based on that one, so we will have an early diagnosis using the artificial intelligence. So by diagnosing early, so we can get to a conclusion that whatever the phase of the brain tumor for that particular patient, based on the severity, this artificial intelligence will tell the patient to go to the hospital or to get admitted to the hospital. So and after that the doctor will take care of everything. So next, artificial intelligence in the data security. In today's world, so data security is the main thing for any company or even the individuals. So we are already using a lot of artificial intelligence programs to have, so to enhance our security. For example, for this one is in WhatsApp we can see, so we are having end-to-end encryption. So this is the AI generated end-to-end encryption, that is, so whatever the message that is shown to the sender and the receiver, so that message can be only seen by sender and receiver. So whoever may be in the intruders or anyone, so they cannot have the access to the particular data or message we are sending. So next one is the artificial intelligence in automotive industry. So in automotive industry, we are already having autonomous vehicles, that is self-driving vehicles. So Tesla or even Mahindra XUV 700, it has implemented so the self-driving modes. So earlier self-driving mode we can call it as, that is so whenever we are going from one destination to another destination, so in this one they are providing some self mode feature. So using that feature, so that car will get the whatever the data of the road and also the traffic analysis. So whatever he using the sensors, so it will get the clear picture whatever the vehicles that are present on the road, and based on that one, so it will take the decision. It will go straight between the lines. So whenever any vehicle was there in front of it, so it will be having the So automatic braking system. So artificial intelligence can be used in many companies to produce some. So what are the products they can be? So without any human intervention, so these products can be produced. So for example for artificial intelligence in robotics are the andro-humanoid robots. So these robots will think like a human and it will act like a human. So these are the examples for the artificial intelligence in robotics. So next one is artificial intelligence in education. So nowadays artificial intelligence was deployed in the education field. That is sites like ChatGPT. In that site, so whatever the user or whatever the student or someone, if he want to learn any topic, then he can type the topic and whatever the data that is whatever the answer for that topic, so it will give the answer. So like that artificial intelligence can be implemented in the education field. So next one is the artificial intelligence in the entertainment field. So this entertainment field means we are having OTT platforms like Netflix or Amazon or even so in these platforms, so we can see one future. If we have watched some movie, so it will give suggestions to us. So whatever the genre we have seen, so based on the genres, some more movies which are related to that genre will be displayed to us. So these are the artificial intelligence in the environment, and also we can use artificial intelligence in agriculture field also. So these all comes under the applications of artificial intelligence. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.